Jai Hind everyone, welcome again to the Patriotic IAS. Now we will start our session on the IAS PCS Wala Daily Current Affairs, and in this session we will try to discuss the major events, major news and the news article and editorial that has been covered into the Hindu newspaper. And the major news that we are going to cover will this is the 390-year-old lamp post in the Nalgonda. Just we try to know with respect to the prelims perspective. Maybe UPSC can ask into the prelims. So just this 290-year-old lamp that we will cover, and after that we will cover this Uttarakhand, that UCC Uniform Civil Code that has been the now today it has been become the act as well. So we will discuss that how it is going to impact right to intimate association that has been provided under the Article 19(1)(c). Freedom of speech and expression, freedom of association, freedom of assembly, all these things that has been peaceful assembly. Okay. So GS paper 2, this is important with respect to the prelims as well as for the mains. So this is important for the prelims as well as for the mains. Then we will discuss this in the Supreme Court, this scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, that this subcategorization of these tribes is going on so that the reservation could be more rational, more effective. So the observation from the Chief Justice of India, we will see. This is important for the GS paper 2 again. Article 15, 16, Article 341, 342, all this will be included. Then we will study this downloading of the child pornography. This is offense or not, because only it is talking about the downloading and watching in the privately, not disseminating or the not creating the not involving ourselves into this activity. So we will see that different Supreme Court and High Court judgment and also 2-3 laws that is pertaining to this. This is very important with respect to the cyber security under GS paper 3. It is not nothing to do with the GS paper 2. Yes, this is incorrect. No, this is not correct. Equity concern in the banning the fossil fuel. This is with respect to this UNFCCC and how the developed and developing country different position, different they have different interests in this. So we will study under the GS paper 3 environment. And in the last we will study the history of the Northern Ireland, because now we saw that the first minister has been elected and they have some of the leaning toward the integration with the Southern Ireland. So this will be all about that we will discuss. So let's start with the first news that is on the front page. Okay. And this is a bit political news. This is all about the demand from the South to the union that please give us our as per our contribution into the taxes, the division between the center and state and among the states, that is done on the recommendation of the Finance Commission. So see what is let's explain that what is going on. Finance Commission of India is the body that recommend how there should be the division of this tax revenue between overall revenue between the union and the states. States means all states. Okay. So this is the division. After that, further it recommend that after deciding that maybe there is a total 100 rupees and 57 rupees is given to this and 43 rupees given to them. Okay. So if you consider that there are 10 states and we are going to divide, so someone will get 3, someone will 5, someone get to 6, 2, 1. So this is the way of the division. Overall, all will be sharing this revenue. So this all occurs under the recommendation of the Finance Commission. So some state gets more, some state gets less. So it is like the southern state who are asking that we contribute more in your total 100. In the 100 rupees we are giving more, but we are getting less. So this is like just imagine there is a family. This is the family, this is the father here. And he has 2 children. One is here living in India and other is living in the US. Okay, you can consider two sons, father, son 1. Okay, he has a very large number of the children, means 5 sons and 4 daughters, and this person, this son has only 2 daughters. Okay, daughters. Okay, only 2. Total population is 4, and here the total population is 11. Okay, so they own and they give money to the father. It gives 15 rupees, it gives 7 rupees. Okay, after the getting the father give 11 rupees to him for to take care of the family, 11 rupees to him. Or other condition you can consider that after this father give father, what the father do, father take 11 rupees out of that, and yes, after 11 rupees remaining 11 rupees, father give 6 rupees to him and 5 rupees to him. Okay, this is the condition. So this son is talking that yes, I am working, I have studied, I have controlled my family, only we have 4, because it is good, means less family planning is good thing, and I have done everything good, I am earning more and sending you, but you are giving all this to this people, this family, this son, because he had a large family. So the father says, look, I have to see both the equity and as well as equality. Okay. So equity means if this person had the 11, they have to feed, this son has to feed 9 of his children and you just have to feed 2. Despite you are earning, but as per the equity, he should be given more because this person has the large family. So this son is talking that because of my good work, I studied, I was performing very well during my education. That's why I get good job into the any nation, India or the foreign. Okay, you are punishing for that. The South is also telling the same thing. This is the South that yes, we have control our population. We are earning. You are giving more tax to the you, but you are giving to the more money to the North. They have the large population, but earning less. So union here, father is the union. Union is talking that soon. Look, I have to take care of the equity as well. Equity and equality. Okay, so this is all about, this is the tussle that is going between the center and the state. Okay. Next important news that we are going to take is, yes, with respect to relevant news, any relevant news we have. Here you should know this Myanmar and India-Myanmar border that is going to be fenced, supported, getting support from the Arunachal Pradesh, Assam and Manipur, but they are getting the opposition from the Myanmar and the Nagaland. Please remember that. You shouldn't be of the view that yes, all are opposing. So yes, next important news that we will take with respect to this Uttarakhand code challenge right to the intimate association. So let's see what is the provision. This provision talk about if you are going to live in the relationship, you need to submit a live-in relationship, this statement, joint statement before the registrar, and the registrar will give the intimate association, the certificate for that. Okay. So here it has mentioned that it will give the registration certificates and you have to do within the 30 days. Okay. So if you are going to live together and you have to register, if you will not register, there will be the punishment. So you are, state is entering to the relationship between the two people. Whatever the two people doing in their room, what to do with the others. This is the, they are the, they have crossed the eligibility age, maybe 21 years, and after that they are free to choose their partner, their intimate, they are free to go into the intimate relationship. This has nothing to do with the state. If the state will start entering into the life of the people, if until and unless the people or that particular pair is going to harm others, peacefully. If they are allowed to do something, if you are asking for the registration and other thing, it is a tool that is going into the hand of police and other miscreant. They will misuse that. Beside that, what to do with the government to do and the state to do with the personal relationship? If I am going to eat the cheese, or I am going to eat the mushroom, what to do with? Do I need to go and get the consent from the state in each of the case, that what type of fan I want, what type of washing machine I want to, where I want to marry my children? Do I need to go every time to get permission from the state that yes, I am going to marry my children, my daughter, my son to that person, please give us consent? So this will make the state very strong, and this will give the tool of exploitation. Ultimately, the power is going in the hand of police, and police will be frequently misuse that, and they will extract the money, extortion money from the people. Okay. So already there was the case with respect to this Suprio versus Union of India case on the same-sex marriage. Here, the Supreme Court prohibited the same-sex marriage, but the Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud had a minority opinion that this state should not enter into the relationship of the personal relationship of the people, and right to intimate association comes under the freedom of speech and expression under Article 19C and 19A as well, because whenever this expression is not to just speak something, it is also about to express your sexual identity, your choice of partner. So all this thing is also form the part of this. Okay. Beside that, we have the S. Khushbu and Kanyammal case, and under that, already the live-in relationship has been recognized as the legitimate, and it has also recognized under the right to life under Article 21 as well. And this also gives the protection of women under the Protection of Women from the Domestic Violence Act as well. So here it has given. So that's why this is all about this UCC. Please remember that. Here, look, after the passing of the act, how much happy he is. But yes, I was thinking that there will be all the Muslim women's. But yes, these I saw there are the mostly they are the BJP supporters. They are around. Okay. So this is the way we pass. We bring the laws as per our own ideology. Okay. Here it has given that the expunged part of the speech. You should know the basic about the what is the expunge. Expunge means whenever someone speak into the parliament, their statement are recorded so that in the future the people can read what was the debate going on. So whenever it is not liked by the party in the power, generally the speaker expunge that part that is not liked. So this is all about. You should know the basic about the expunged. Okay. Again, this article is talking about the hearing that is going in the Supreme Court with respect to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe caste, and it is with respect to the subcategorization. In the SC/ST caste, there is some of the section are the forward, some are the backward. Within the group, overall, they are the backward as per the historical injustice that has been done with the ST community. Means if you took the total population, the status of this upper caste population is that this OBCs like that, and this SCs and STs. This is the due to the historical fact. But if this is the case, all are not equal. There are many who are stronger and many within them are weaker. This is the case. Maybe 40%, 50% are this and 50% are this. Okay. So these sections are not able to take the benefit of the reservation. All the benefit goes to this sections. So this hearing is going on, and in the previous case where under E.V. Chinaya case, and under this Supreme Court held that this scheduled caste are the homogeneous, and there is no need for the subcategorization. Subcategorization will violate the right to equality. Here it has mentioned. So it prohibited the subcategorization. Please remember that. But now the case is going on. The Supreme Court is accepting that yes, we cannot treat all these groups within the scheduled caste or the scheduled tribe in a equal homogeneous manner. There is the heterogeneous, and it has mentioned that there could be the saperas, snack charmer, bajigar, acrobat, but while these watchmen all have the different status and they have the different occupation. Okay, so please remember that this categorization of SC definition of SC has been under the article 341, and for the ST it is the 342. Just one next article is with respect to the ST. Okay. So here it has mentioned that whether the individual state could identify subclass and subclassify backward class within the scheduled caste in order to give them more preference. If someone are the more backward within this community, they should be given more preference as compared to those who already are getting their shares in the this job and education area. So this is all about. Next important news is with respect to this counter space capability. Here you should know the government is providing facility under the seed fund scheme, 0% GST in the regime, and sharing the testing facility and the technology transfer. If you have to write what the government is doing in this area to promote this investment and technological development into the space and counter space, you should mention all this thing. Next important article we will take is from the editorial, and this is associated with the downloading child pornography is an offense or not. Okay, so this is associated with the GS paper 3 cyber security, where we talk about the threat to the children from the this exploitation. Okay, so this is particularly discussing the this act of downloading. This main focus is the downloading. Okay, so whether downloading will be considered or not, or the watching in a private. So there is the different judgment from the High Court, as well as different law has the different interpretation. We will see that. So this writer is talking recently seen this case of S. Harris versus Inspector of the Police case. Under that, the downloading of the child pornography was not an offense under the section 67B of the Information Technology Act 2000. So here you should think that yes, as per the High Court judgment, this is not considered by only downloading. Okay, and beside that we have seen that this case of the High Court of the Kerala, this has also not considered section 292 of the IPC, and yes, it held that this watching obscene photograph and obscene video by a person itself is not an offense. Okay, but the writer is talking about that if you go through the section 67B of the IT Act, here it has very clearly mentioned that it is not only the creating text or the digital image, but the collects, seeks and browse. Okay, and downloads. Here very clearly it has seen the mentioned that it shall be the punished and first on the first conviction with the imprisonment of the term of the 5 years and the fine as well. Okay, so this has already been there, but yes, in the different, again, High Court of this Madras High Court, it held that accused must have published, transmitted and created material depicting the children in the sexual explicit act or the conduct. So here it is not the downloading or watching, it is about the uploading and transmitting, then it will be considered. So yes, this is all about. Beside that, there is the also Madras High Court used the inherent power under the section 482 of the Criminal Procedure Code to prevent the misuse of process of the court to bringing this again and again. Okay, so but the writer is talking that yes, even in the Anis versus State of Kerala case, while the watching adult pornography in privacy has not held to be the offense under section 292 of the IPC, and yes, downloading sexually explicit material pertaining to children is clearly an offense under the IT Act, as he is mentioning this act here, 67B of the IT Act. Even the writer is mentioning that yes, even National Criminal Record Bureau, this comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it has agreement with the this American National Center for the Missing and Exploited Children, and they regularly get this geotagged cyber tip line reports, and under that they prosecute the child sexual abuse material. Here it has not mentioned the pornography, because pornography connotes that there is the consent, but in the child sexual abuse there is even the consent is there, but it is not legally means it is not legally considered the consent, because child is not able to give his consent. Here it needs the parents or the guardian. So this is all about, you should know whenever you are going to write to this anything on the cyber security and it is pertaining to the children, you can mention all this thing. Next article is with respect to equity concern in the banning fossil fuel extraction. Here it is talking, this whole article is talking that there is the situation, unequal situation across the world. Developed world have some other desire, they have some other interest. Developing world like the India and Brazil has some other desire, some other interest. Developed world already they have developed, they have used the fossil fuel and they have the new technology, by that they can reduce their emission. Developing country like the India, Indonesia and the Brazil, these countries are don't have that much level of their economy, or they have not developed their technology and economy. That's why they need to use this fossil fuel so that they can provide their growth of economy as well as employment and other thing. It can reduce the poverty. If there will be no development, how the poverty and hunger could be reduced. So this article talking about this, there is the always propaganda from these Western nation. Yes, there should be the phase out of this, and there should be the, and despite there is the hypocrisy. So this article is talking, it start with there is the dramatic rise in the climate change litigation and the demand for the phasing out of the fossil fuel subsidies and the banning of the extraction of the fossil fuel. Okay. And yes, there is also demand for the coal elimination treaty by 2030 and phasing out of the mining and the burning of coal. So this is all about, but the thing is that this element of phasing out of the fuel emerged in the first time during this UNFCCC 2001, that was in the Glasgow. Okay. So here it was phasing out, but due to the intervention from the developing world, it was the phasing down. Phasing out means totally, completely you have to eliminate, don't have to use. Phasing down means you have to gradually reduce the amount. Means if you are using 100 liter of the petrol in a month, you have to reduce it to the 50 liter if you are phasing down. Phasing out means totally you don't have to use this petrol and the diesel and the other thing, you have to use the electric vehicle, but in developing country this is not the case. Yes. Again, this COP Dubai, that recently previous year it was held, again there was the mention of the transitioning away from the fossil fuel energy system. Okay. So yes, this is related with the long-term temperature that we want to reduce as under the Paris and Paris Agreement, and avoid any of this climatic disruption. But we have always gone for the common but differentiated responsibility and respective capability. It means that if the developed world have the different responsibility, means they have already used, so they have the greater responsibility to reduce this, and that's why they should think about themselves to decrease this subsidies and other emission of this CO2 and the global warming gases. Okay, greenhouse gases. Okay. But the respective capability as well, and the nationally determined contribution, this all comes after this Paris Agreement. Okay, so this is talking about we have UNFCCC, Kyoto Protocol and Paris Agreement to working on all this area. Next, it is discussing that the per capita emission. This is the means per capita emission of steel. The developed world is much more than this developing countries, and this developing countries, these are heavily dependent on the revenue and the employment on the fossil fuel sector. Okay, here it has given from the India itself. For the India, despite we are going to change to the renewable energy system, but still we have a lot of dependency on this fossil fuel. Despite we are spending a lot on the renewable, but still you will find 50 to 55% dependency of the coal. if you are using the 100 power, 100 unit of the power, 55 is steel coming and getting production from the coal sector. And in the coal and this area of the fuel sector, there is the employment of 36 lakh of people. Okay, and this is spread across the 159 district. Okay, so whenever we are going to suddenly shut down all this, where this 36 lakh people will go? They will face unemployment, and this will be not even, this will impact the hunger and poverty in this country. Okay, so without adequate transition support and creation of suitable economic opportunity, livelihood for these affected people, it will be not viable. This West always talk about the Article 21C of the Paris Agreement to reduce this fossil fuel, but they will never they take the responsibility. Okay, so here it has mentioned that there are the many countries like the Canada, United States. They are the developed country and they have the diversity in their energy production. They are very less now dependent on the fossil fuel, because already they have developed the technology. But the countries like the Azerbaijan, Congo, Iraq, Nigeria, Oman, these are the countries that are very much heavily depend upon the fossil fuel, because their revenue is getting from out of this. Okay, so they don't have the diversification in their energy sector, and that's why they have to be dependent. But these countries, developed countries, they have already diversified their economy in the different respect. That's why. Okay, a state within its right to use the natural resource lying within its territory for its economic development. Means generally it is given that the if any country has their right to use your resources within your territory, so that you can develop. There is no restriction until and unless these resources or use of these resources is going to impact the state. This is generally okay. So this is generally considered. Even the International Court of Justice in the pulp mill case, this has described the transboundary environmental impact assessment. Impact assessment means if you are going to take any of the new project, how you are going to impact. This is generally taken in the nation boundary. For any project in India, if they are going to take place, we generally go with this environmental impact assessment and social impact assessment. Okay, so but this International Court of Justice talk about the even the transboundary environmental impact assessment, and this developed word they give more emphasis on it, because they already have out of this dependency on the fossil fuel. But the developed country don't want to get into the trap of all this thing. Okay. So this is talking about many of our state like the Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. They have the means they are accused of the violation in the UN declaration in free prior informed consent of the tribal people. These developed country use this all human right issue, and yes. There is environmental impact assessment. These are the things that is always accused with this nation, this region. Okay, so in the last, this article is talking about that there should be the a coalition with the like-minded country, and they should oppose this hypocrisy of this developed world. They produce this fossil fuels and they sell, but they talk about the reduction and imposition of the fines on these nations. Okay, so this is the hypocrisy. They, despite they are producing, they are selling. Their companies are in the foreign nations, those who are extracting. But to show that they are how much concerned with this environment, they keep raising these type of issues and accusation. This is talking about this Grammy Award. We know that in this Grammy Award there is the domination of the women, and beside that we also saw that there is the demand for the peace, artist for the ceasefire peace in the world. So it was with respect to the Ukraine war and the Hamas war. Okay, so this is talking about all this thing, and in the from the India there was the 5 award. We already have covered that area. Shankar Raghavan, and we saw Ustad Zakir Hussain and others, the son of Ram Prasad, Hari Prasad Chaurasia, they all have received this award. Okay. Next thing is about what is going in the Jharkhand. This Jharkhand Mukti Morcha party and its allies, how they have tackled this all the issue of the forming new government. So it is appreciating that it was good decision by JMM and its alliance that to bring the Champai Soren as its leader, and yes, it shows that it is not about the just the family, but it is about the party, and beyond the party, it's go for the movement, that movement that was under the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. Okay. So this is talking, but in the last it is talking that this is the issue with the many of the regional party they face with the this family feud, and yes, the control by the family of the party, and this could be here. It has given the reason could be that it is the family who control the finance. Okay, and beside that they also have the they also have to such parties are unable to evolve the cadre-based ideology-driven unit. This is the other reason. They are not able to do, and that's why two region is mainly because the family feud is there with the party in the regional party. This is the one thing is that they control the finance, and other thing is that they are lacking the cadre-based ideology-driven unit. So this is all about. I hope we have covered most of the relevant area for the today's news, and yes, here we will conclude our session. So thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.